Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Get that out of there. Disclaimer, this program's for entertainment purposes only and content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Matty Rants and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program, so please don't be rude. And if you feel uncomfortable after viewing this program, consume some Activia and have yourself a good poot. What are we doing? What is happening, actually? How do we describe the nonsense that is going on in this dispensary? I know, I hear the Mary J. Blige song. I know what's coming out. Let's get it, Perk. Listen. I don't know what we're doing on this good evening anymore. I don't understand why they are asking an audience to care when they have made a competition feel like it is non-existent. And we're watching so many things take place that don't need to happen, all within a span of 10 minutes at a judges panel. Like, we get an episode, we feel certain things are going to take place, and then all of a sudden we get to the panel. And then everything changes from the narrative of the show that they're presenting. And it's getting on my last nerve. It's getting on my last nerve. And you know what, Marta, I see you in my chat. Shout out to Marta Mama. Love you down, sister. You already know you have one of the best, for the references, period. Honestly, you could just go through a lot of shows, really, and just start to break it down. But the references for Drag Race España, y'all know I've linked Marta's video in my description, so please check it out. But I was listening to what you were saying, and I'm like, yep, same opinion. Yeah, Kelly did beat her. Yeah, but let's talk about how we got there. And that's where we all have an issue. It's not that Kelly didn't deserve to stay, because yes, Miss Mama gave a good lip sync. I'm not even from Spain. And I knew watching the lip sync, oh, Kelly's doing more. And she's giving what's supposed to be given in this moment. And I was more inclined to watch. That was translatable as a viewer. I don't know who else missed it, but I was watching it like, no, Kelly ate her up. But the thing is how we got here is my issue. And there are certain things that were said that were then contradicted. In terms of how the episode was laid out to be very team heavy. I agree with you on that, Marta. And I thought, whoa, this is they're playing now. They're playing games. And I can't rock. This is getting on my nerves. And this is when I start to lose my interest in Drag Race franchises, specifically, is when they decide to do some jump. Now we can say they jumped the shark. Now we can start doing the whole, let's be very clear. This is not hate against Petita at all. None. I think she's amazing. Honestly, I think she's an excellent drag queen. She's brilliant, but I would divide her wins by two. She'd have 2 wins. I'd slash that in half, and she'd have 2 wins, and there are 2 of her wins that I would have spread evenly now between Clover and Ornella. Too many stunts have now turned this into a shit show. So let's get into it. It's your boy, Matty Rants. My socials are available in the link tree in the description down below. Hit that button, click it. It'll take you to my Instagram and my Twitter. I'm a hoot. I actually posted a short recently. I'm currently uploading my reaction to this episode now on Patreon. So by the end of this rant and review, it more than likely will be posted. So if you have $1 in your pocket, pump on through to Patreon, go ahead and watch me react and also spill my coffee within the first 5 minutes of the show, which was an omen to exactly what was going to happen. Now I have figured this out, right? But also, if you want to catch me on Cameo, I'm bookable there. Thank you for being here. If you want to drop a tippy poo in my jar because I'm cute, adorable, mean, whatever you want to use the phrase, I don't care what they say. You know what it is. It's paypal.me/MattyRants, catch up $MattyRants, Venmo -Rants. I am a single father of one, Mamu-chan, who I love my son, but I am starting to see him coming out of his shell more and more, which is at my detriment. Also, girl, litter is not cheap. I was like, oh my gosh, because he only likes one. But if you want to throw me a little something my way, it's all there downstairs for you. Not necessary for your participation, but that thumbs up button is. So I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I got a super chat. Winona. Yes, I'm early and ready for the lashings. Hashtag go home, Kelly. Hashtag down with Supreme. Listen, I can't agree with the down with Supreme theory here because I did have a disclaimer and I'm going to flash it again. Even though I did it early, we're just going to flash it again just to give y'all the idea that this is a show for entertainment and I'm here to entertain you if you are entertained. But I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen. And I'm going to talk about how I feel the show has turned a very weird narrative on people who are very talented, and now they're not being given the opportunities they should have been given, when in reality, we've been watching the show all together, and we can see this should not be. There are people who are home now who should not have gone home, and there are people, in my opinion, who should have been gone home. And I don't want to be nasty about it, but just like, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like you flipped the script on us, and then you said, oh, by the way, let's just do this the way we want to do it. It's like, but that doesn't make sense to us as viewers, because what we were watching was a different show than what you're giving us. And that's where my mind is at. So, Louise, I want to highlight you. Thank you, baby. Maddie, honestly, thank you for the patience and the commitment. You and Marta's reviews are the best thing about the season. I think we are a good little tag team when it comes to this, because seriously, I'm going to finish the season, and I'm going to try to do it with my best chin forward and up. Of course, I'm covering Drag Race Mexico. I'm very excited for that. So once that starts June 22nd, you already know what it is. Normally 2 days or a day after the episode, I will have a review posted. Same thing with my reaction on Patreon. Let's get this started, because I'm hungry and I want to get something to eat. And that is where my interest is at with this show currently right now. Like, I'd rather have something to eat. I'd rather go somewhere else, get some food, play with my kitty cat, play some Street Fighter 6 today, and move on. Because I'm like, you had me sit there for an hour and 20 minutes for this. That is another reason why I'm mad, because, US has all of its nonsense moments, right? That's fine. But at least there's a separation of time where I know for an hour, I'm going to get an episode, and then 20 minutes I can get untucked if I feel like diving into it. This makes me sit through just a long episode, and it's fine. It's fine. But when you make me sit through a long episode and then you give me a result that doesn't make any sense, that is when we all go, what are you talking about? Also, now I have been on Anna Locking's side this entire time. Today, that stops. Her comments to Clover were very funny to me. She was like, costume and camp and huh? What are you talking about? Now, we were cool, Miss Lamont. We were cool, Anna. Miss Locking, I was right there with you downstairs. Right there with you, eating that good birthday cake. A slice of pizza, if you will. This week, you got on that hobby level of nonsense, and I was like, well, I guess we lost Anna to the locking. And then Supreme's just sitting there looking dumbfounded half the time with some of the stuff that she says, and it really bothers me, because I'm like, what is going on? Let's talk about it. The runway was called Illusion, and again, that was where Ornella shined, and they gave her this weird, she's always holding it back. Y'all are lying. Y'all are lying. Like, so what? Her dress isn't like fully the extravaganza of it all. She is a storyteller that has a clear vision, and the looks are always there. Like, I don't understand it. And you know what, Marta, to your point here, and I'm going to talk about this because that's what I figured out about Petita and why she gets favored so much and why Anna is always praising her. It is the fashion element that Petita brings with the references to Spanish designers, as well as being able to make her own stuff that I feel like Anna like sees herself in. And so a lot of the commentary that I feel sometimes that comes up is personal and integrated with the professionalism that they have to use with the show, which I get because like, oh, you can relate, but it's like, babe, like take yourself out for a second here. Everyone's budgets are different and all things aren't the same. So if you're judging this on how Petita looks compared to somebody else, mind you, Kelly Roller's statement about, well, she already has all this money, I'm probably not even including, you know, just from the wins here, just in general from what they brought to the show. Give me a break a little bit. Like, okay, but anywho, I thought Ornella or Clover should have won this week. And that was evident. Anywho, España Starfire over here, you know, Miss, you know, España Bellum, if you will, with her hair finally pulled out in the front, has a conversation about, you know, oh, well, it's sad to see Paquita and Pink Chidora go, even though I don't really believe her. I really don't. Not at this point. Everyone's happy Kelly Roller is back. I'm not one of those people. I need this to be clear, and no hate against Petita, but she does represent herself differently when confronted by the group. And she starts to play this victim role that's weird. And then in the confessional, she's dragging girls, which I'm fine with the dragging bit of it. Do that. But don't come up and act like you don't do all that energy when people actually address you for it. It's very weird. Dragging girls this week. She said some of these people are here and they shouldn't be based off of their looks. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, but if someone told you about this, you would say, what are you talking about? You never addressed this with me. It's so weird. It's so weird. Anywho, I still think she's amazing. I don't really care about this moment. I do love that Supreme has this houndstooth suit. It's gorgeous. Presenting the mini challenge of today, which is a makeover of proportions with each other, but they have to do it blindfolded. And it's Crush Cosmetics, I believe. Yes, that CEO and creator of the cosmetics who is providing the makeup this season, as well as going to provide this prize that they have today for the mini challenge, is also there. Now, Vanya, I'm always here for somebody in their sexual era, but you've got one more time. This has been your arc the entire season. I am sad to be here. I am horny. And now I want to go home. No, I don't even think of this as a competition. What are we doing today? No shade. And I love you, sister. I'm all here for the vanilla of it all, but like let's talk about it. It is this for you the entire season for me. This is again why me as a viewer, I'm getting tired here. And then when we got to this conversation, it's Crash. Why I say could I say Kush? Crush Cash. Crush. Listen. Last week or a few weeks ago, when it was like there's been a few moments between Supreme and Vanya of course working together in the past. I'm not holding it against them that they know each other, but it's this feeling in my spirit when I'm watching this and I'm seeing actual storylines play out. Like they're very friendly and they're, you know, a sister to everybody around them. But the storyline has been, I'm horny. I have a lot going on. I'm a mother. I want to go home. So I don't know why we're keeping this, but okay, pop off. They have a win. I'm happy about it. Let's also have this discussion. Pink Chidora had wins, I believe, and went home. Paquita was high and went home. Who was left? One person who just got a win, Vanya. That's it. One. And Bestia with one. That's two. Meanwhile, Petita is sitting there with 3 wins. Yo, it's like, okay, so Ornella ain't got one. Clover doesn't have one. Kelly, honey, was like supreme bottom, as they would say. Came back into the competition. I don't know how we're going to do this again. You know, technically they had a win if you want to talk about it from the last episode, but they only counted it towards one person, which again this week I thought was interesting that they didn't do that. I was like, why are we not judging this in teams? Like, wouldn't that make the most sense, like for a top 6 situation where then a bottom 2 would be the group itself versus it being judged individually, which makes me feel like they did that on purpose. The makeover doesn't go well. It's kind of scary, you know. Kelly Roller survived quite an evening, you know. Then Clover, honestly, Clover wasn't bad. It just gave me like that movie Jack. Have y'all seen that poster with Robin Williams? It reminded me of that, or possibly an extra in like that movie Hook, another movie with Robin Williams. Why am I doing a Robin Williams moment? May he rest in peace. Rufio, that's what she was giving me. Now, that happened. It did. Listen, Clover finally has a win. It's in the mini challenge. Bestia tacks on a mini challenge win for themselves to get 500 euros worth of the cosmetics that are provided to them, which is a lot of cosmetics to work with. So I think that's a great prize. To then be told by these femme bottoms here. I'm just kidding. I don't know what's going on, but the maxi challenge is based off of a show called 1, 2, 3, Uno, Dos, Tres, right? Yes, which is a show that has some roots from back in the day, okay, that played a long time ago for a long time. The show had different couples or people getting on there, groups, I guess, of 2, and they would have to answer some crazy questions and respond, I guess, within the perimeters of what the question was or were, and then get through a point system. And I don't know about the egg bit. And then, of course, the twins that were there were a part of the original show. Marta Mama's video explains it a lot better than I could, because I'll be very honest with you. I was watching that and I was in my full American. I respect it because it is what it is and it's regional. But when I tell you, I was like, what is happening here? But I was like, okay, I'm still invested and I want to watch how the performances go. But bitch, I was sitting there like, okay. But it was uno dos drags for, you know, this one. I am glad that I was partaking in a little libation when I was watching it, because it certainly like added to you know, the element of what was going on and me being like, what? But I still have respect for the show. I did also love how this intro played out, with Supreme looking like Alexis Michelle as B. Arthur, but with better makeup and smaller shoulders. This is how I felt about whatever was going on here. It was like, oh, a pit crew member getting to talk. That's fabulous, right? Next. To me, I wasn't really entertained by Bestia and Vanya. I wasn't enthralled with their performances, and I thought it was a little disjointed. The mother was at one point like very like demure, and then she got horny and sexy, and I'm like, okay, we've been playing this bit. And with Bestia, I didn't know what she was doing besides being herself and looking like, you know, Ray Latre. Like I didn't know what we were supposed to see. So when we get to Clover and Petita, I thought this was a good group and they played well with each other. But I wasn't, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's like they praise Petita for doing male drag. It just threw me off just a tad bit, because Clover was funny and playing like like this woman who clearly was like, why are we here? But it's my husband and I want to follow through with this. And, you know, they were being, I believe, Catalonian, I believe. But, you know, it was, I'm watching it go down and I'm like, okay, so Clover's doing really good. Like Petita is doing like small movements, which is very funny, but I didn't really guffaw over them. I did laugh a few times over Clover. I was like, okay, this is a good group, right? Like Ornella is so gorgeous. It really upsets me how they play with her on this show. Like, this is just for this challenge. Get into this mug. Get into this mug. Get into this mug. Kelly, why are you sitting so close? Or Nella, your mug is yes. This oof. Oof. Anywho, they played well with each other. I thought they did good. Kelly and Ornella were really funny to me. And I thought, oh, okay, like this group is clearly in the top. I said, look at Kelly doing something like, it's not a bottom moment here. I was enjoying their like stupid spoiled horror bit. Like I enjoyed it. I got it. And I was just like, okay, so we clearly see that the top four would, or people who would be in a positive setting would be Petita, Clover, Ornella, and Kelly, with the bottom two for me being Vanya and Bestia. Period. That's where I saw it. The egg bit was interesting. I thought, again, Ornella and Kelly were the funnier of the ones because when they say they were hitting them eggs, and it was just kind of a key. Now, to give these babies a serious moment because they deserve it. And they also, I am happy when they have these moments. Again, this is why I always feel weird with judging. They talk about sex education and understanding your sexual health and history. Hold on just a second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, my bad, y'all. My bad. Apologies there. That was the maintenance people. They already installed a mirror in my bathroom a while ago. So like it keeps coming back like, oh, is the mirror done? The mirror has been done. they've been done the mirror. That was like a month ago when that was done. So they're just trying to double check to make sure that all the apartments have been updated correctly, this, that, and the other. But no, they've been done the mirror. So that's why I'm like, okay, what are we talking about? Like, we don't need another mirror. So, okay, thanks for your patience here, everybody. And again, if I had not been home, they just would have came in, been like, oh, there's a mirror. And it's like, yep, it's already in there. Back to the conversation about sexual health and sexual education that was happening here. It was really I was appreciative of all three of them for, basically being open and honest in discussing this and telling their history and their truth. So it's like, okay, I again, glad to know that the ones that literally talk about it the most are very open about talking about, making sure that your status, as well as understanding, what's going on with your body and having sex, basically. And also with schools not really giving a good education. I can relate to that, being a part of the Texas education system. Trust me, for us it was like they didn't really give us anything. It was only specific to, this is what this looks like, this is what that looks like, here are a bunch of STDs, don't get them. Like, that was very much our sex education. It was kind of terrible. And of course, I'm in a class with a bunch of people from 10th and 11th grade at points, like literally making jokes about everything that's happening. So it was really the best. Also, conversation about gender, as far as how they express themselves with Bestia, and not really confining to one. And of course, just talking in reference to how if there was more conversations about this, and people would understand better. And speaking of their sibling who has Down syndrome, that shows nothing but love to them, and understanding that if more people were, just open, it would be a much better world. Like, very nice moments from the show, right? So getting to the judges panel themselves, Supreme looks interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all, I was staring deep. I love the colors. I don't know what's happening. It looks like a bunch of red ribbons that have all been just stacked on stacked on stacked, but hey, it is what it is. Then you've got the Javis here giving you their entire mood this season with the guest judge, and of course Anna Locking. I'm over these people, to be honest with you. Let's get to the runway. It's Illusion. Illusion is the runway, so everyone had to do some sort of reveal moment of some sorts or something that gives an illusion. First up is Vanya Vania. I love the message of showing all the words that were hateful against people. But and then of course when you did the dark light, it showed words of power and encouragement. I thought it was a really nice look, to be honest with you. One of her better looks for me personally. I thought it was cool. Now, so listen, I have seen this sort of get up before in a costume store. Yes, I have. But I haven't seen it like this specifically, if I'm just going to be honest with you. And I thought it was really interesting how they kind of downplayed it a bit, because it's all of a sudden, okay, when she made the critique about the pigtail, that bothered me. It didn't, to me, I'm like, wait, what? Like, it needed to be some sort of bigger moment than that. And I'm like, well, I was more so looking at the details of the outfit and the way that the lights were with the flames when it was walking underneath the outfit, and how Clover was selling the look to me. And I thought that was why I was like, oh, well, she's going to win this one. But when she made that pigtail comment, I'm like, what? It was that deep? I don't think it was that deep. That wasn't that deep. I thought this was the category. It looks like she's blasting off again. I thought this was crazy. I thought Clover did really good with this. Now, Kelly Roller, I'm going to be honest with you. That mug and that wig is right with Jesus. It's incredible. I think this was everything. I do agree with the judges in terms of how this does read cheap a tad bit. But what I will say is the way you sold this with you rolling on the stage, I thought was everything, until we'd have these wide shots like this, or they would focus on the bottom. Because to me, if Kelly wanted to do this, I feel like the top should have been better, like more tight, or at least fitted better to make it not look so loose and baggy. But also with the clouds at the bottom, it needed to be more plumey to where it hit the floor. And I'm sure she didn't know that just based off of like however this was done or posted or whenever it was going to walk. She probably thought, oh, it'll be fine. But like, that's where it took me out of the illusion. If it had I needed it to be bigger. And I know that's like, Matt, come on, that's money. I totally get that. I'm just saying, if this was to be effective, that cloud, all of that down there needed to be like pluming to really get it where it needs to go. And so that your effective rolling would have made more sense versus us realizing, oh, there's roller skates underneath here. But I think the concept was cool. I just think how it was executed had issues. And I think her mug and her wig was great. Can you imagine this going home? Oh, we don't have to. This went home. This very, Ridley Scott-esque alien number here. I know she said bug, but I got full on alien, like xenomorph mixed in with some sort of demonic like entity, possibly a boss in Diablo 4 situationship. Very nightmare filled person. Bestia, you were robbed today, and I'm sick for you, because this was fucking nasty. This was nasty. It's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. It's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. The construction, look at the hands on this. Are you kidding me? You're joking. This went home? Get out of here. Get out of here. Look at it, even for this being a bodysuit underneath here, y'all, I need you to really understand the details in the legs, the blood or the skin or the flesh that's showing from the separation that's happening with the knees here in reference to that, that's going into the shoe. Are you kidding me? And then when she took the mask off later to be judged, the makeup was sickening. So not only did this mask on top of it look great, but then when you take it off and you give in the full eye effect, look, they played you. Ooh, they played you. Now, Petita is next. And, you know, am I sitting on you, baby? I'm sorry. And now with Petita, I actually thought this was a nice look. It was cute. You know, she's giving royalty and, you know, all that jazz. And then pow, she's this sex symbol, sexual, you know, like, ooh, the oh la la's, the full bit of it all and all that jazz or whatever. You know, okay. So I thought this was good and I liked it, but I wasn't wowed by the moment because no shade. We've seen this laser effect before, All-Star 7, and it was on another level. And I'm not comparing it, kinda, but I'm also like, what I just saw with Bestia, I was more inclined to with the full reveal like illusion and then pulling out the like, it was artwork to me. And then soon another person who I'm just going to see, if I'm going to be honest with you. But I thought it was a nice look. I wasn't woo-woo. Now, Ornella Gongola. Now. This is when I knew they played with you. Okay. I don't understand this critique of she's almost there, but she's on the break. I don't understand that dumbass critique. I don't get it. I don't understand. And I feel like it's something they just say in order to make sure she doesn't win. Because the simple yet effective look that she gives, it's this, like, we get the story just immediately from this singed dress that is supposed to be a wedding moment here, possibly on her way to not be married, to fully be left at the altar again, or to have her husband like try to hurt her or something. It's giving all of that fantasy. All of that fantasy. And she throws the bouquet. It's totally a moment. And then she pulls out a knife box cutter, low key, and she stabs herself. Now, is that on the right part where the heart is? No, but I wouldn't want to stab myself where the heart actually is and mess this up either. I'd rather stab my chest if I mess up the prosthetic moment of it all. So I don't think this was wrong of her to do, just to be honest with you, because I'd have been nervous to do it right on the right, because I've been like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, I stabbed myself for real. Fuck. Like we didn't need that to happen. So I don't mind her doing it. We can lose a lung. We need the heart. But stabs themselves and fully pulls out her heart. Now, they said illusion, y'all. This is some Evil Dead shit. This is some very, very dark, twisted fantasy number. And everyone's losing their shit. Now, no one did this for Petita. I need you to understand why I am giving you these critiques and saying what I got to say today. They were given a show. They were given a production, a bouquet of flowers. Oh, we caught it. Yes. What? Oh my God, she's stabbing. What? Pulls out that nobody else got this today. And she was told that she was on the break. I need you to understand how this sounds to a viewer who was watching after seeing all of the theatrics that the judges panel just gave her. Bullshit. This was art. This was performance. This is high drag, as Latrice Royale would have said, you know, when she was talking about Dita Ritz's performance. This is high drag, because when you get it and then you present it and we all can understand that's what I received of this look. I wasn't going, oh, she's not having a giant dress that's a Pablo something original. No, I'm not thinking that. I'm watching her give me a goddamn story with a beautiful look. It's a very good look and it says something. The mug is there, the wig is right. What are we doing today? Ornella, I'll be real with you. If we were gonna do this today, if people would argue that Clover wasn't going to win, it absolutely was yours today. Illusion. Like, ate it, ripped the heart, the full bit. It was very twisted and beautiful, and I was here for the fantasy. So judging takes place. Vanya, is given like very interesting critiques. Clover is told that she was really good, but her look is a costume. Bestia is told that she looks amazing, but her performance is not great. She was lost. Kelly Roller is told that her performance was great, but her look is cheap. Petita was told how amazing she was. Ornella was told that they did good in the challenge, and but there was something holding them back, and that their look was great, but something was holding them back. Like, I didn't know what we were talking. It was like, what's going on? So we're giving it to Petita now, because that can't be. Not 4 wins, not episode 8, not her. No shade. Again, I think she's talented, but like, not this week. I don't think so. I think you talking about somebody else. Couldn't be her. Couldn't be. Not I. Mm-mm. They're asked the question, who should go home and why, and Vanya says herself, because they're her children, and I would believe so based off of. But at the same time, I'm going, this is a competition. Why are you doing this today? If Visa went home, nah, I don't think so. Like we're doing this now, Vanya, at top 6. Give me a break. I get you've been having a rough time, and I feel your pain, just like I feel anybody's pain on a show and them not wanting to make these kind of decisions. But like, the fact that she said all that and that wasn't actually paid, I was pissed. RuPaul would have sent her ass home. Do you understand me? RuPaul Charles would have sent her ass right out of there. Oh, you want to leave, baby? Is that what you want to do? Okay, we will fulfill your wishes today, because we don't need that right now. And it's not nothing against Vanya, but it's real talk. They made her stay to have this moment of seeing these other 2 people be in the bottom, and that was ridiculous to me. I was like, really, girl? We could have really just wrapped this up and sent Vanya home on that note. I don't care about everybody else's responses when it came to, oh, well, I'm voting for Petita because she has the most wins. Or I would say Kelly because, hello, like, she just came back in the competition. Like, duh. It doesn't matter. And that's what this show has started to represent for me. It doesn't matter who said what on what anything and whatever they did for the challenges. It doesn't matter, because something's going to happen with the judges panel, and it's not going to make any sense. Petita with her 4th win does not make sense to me. Congratulations, though, to them, because I know that's amazing. And I was like, oh, this is cool. 10,000 euros to you. Everybody else who won money except for Vanya went home. Dead ass. Now, after this episode. So, like, I'm happy for her, but it's just, and I like her, but it's like, it's now top 5. What are they going to do? Top 3 again? Like, we're going to have to sit through some more of not seeing other people win. Just like, what's going to happen? Somebody is going to end up in the top that's not going to have a win, is what this is looking like to me. That's what it's looking like. Someone's going to end up in the top, maybe 2, with no wins. Like, this doesn't. I almost want to say that she's going to get another one. These have been comedy challenges, y'all. Let me tell you very clearly, Vanya is supposed to be a comedy camp queen. And the person who's been winning these challenges has been Petita, on top of her winning design challenges. So you really need to calculate this into your questioning of what the fuck is going on this good evening. It feels like we're rewarding people for being surprised by what they can do. Like, what is happening? I don't know. Anywho, congratulations to them. I think that they are an amazing queen, and they present excellent looks. I just haven't been fully saying that's number 1. I just haven't been saying it. Some of them have been like 1 and 2. Like, there's been clear she killed it on the runways. I've talked about it. You can go back in my old reviews. I've talked about it, but you know, the comments that they give other people about beards and this, that, and the other, they don't give to Ghostface Killer when it comes to Petita in these I'm about to spook you from behind moments. You know what I'm saying? Giving you very the nun tease. I got a painting, wow, running after you. Vera Farmiga, like, I like real talk. But Clover, you were, you should have at least been more of a contender to be first and win this episode. And I'm just glad you're getting positive critiques for the most part. Now, everybody else is safe except for these three. And Vanya is told that they're safe and she doesn't want to go back. And she's like, no. It should be me. It should be me lip syncing, because I just feel like they did all of that because they wanted to send one of them home. And it was more than likely, I'm sorry to say this, I think that Kelly was going to stay anyways. And I think they had an idea to send Bestia home. It seems like they're sending home everybody that would be close to Petita in competition. Like, why did Pink Chidora go home last week? I don't understand that. Like, even Petita, I was like, okay, but we got to send two. Why are we sending two people home and one person comes back? That's stupid. Vanya is told to get her ass to the back of the stage and shut her ass up. We sick of you. Shut up. Just sit back there, Vanya. We're carrying at this moment, we're carrying you into the next episode. Rue Paula Charles would have please would have sent them home, y'all. I'm telling you. And that's the part I'm talking about when it comes to this program here and what's happening today. It's like, oh my God, what happened to ask and you shall receive? Now, I like this song. I've never heard of it before, but I ended up really enjoying the song. I thought it was excellent, right? Kelly Roller beat Bestia. Even though Bestia, I still feel like you should have not even been in the situation in the first place, and we should have had a completely different outcome of things that have happened over the season. Kelly kind of slapped a little bit, because I was more inclined, even though the outfit reveal, which Kelly is actually, the only thing that she's really consistent with is those kind of moments there, like with the full, what am I thinking about? She's consistent with ugly looks. Sorry to say it, but Kelly kind of came out, and I was more entertained with her movements, expressions, the way she was giving the song in full on attitude versus what Bestia was doing, which she was dancing well. It just didn't fit the mood for me. I didn't even know the references first. I didn't watch Marta's video before I watched the episode. I watched the episode, then Marta's video. So I was like, oh, this is why I like it, because it is more inclined to what the song is supposed to be. And it now makes sense why I thought, okay, this is giving what it needs to give. Sorry for all that banging. They're putting new mirrors, I guess, in people's apartments. I already have a new mirror. I'm like, what are we doing today? That protractor split was like, nah, girl. I didn't know what was going on. But Kelly Roller is saved, and Bestia goes home. Everyone's upset, but I'm more so upset just on how this whole entire season's been going. See, I told you I would wrap this up. I told you I was going to keep this real short. I really did. I even had a break where I had to go answer the door. Not a good show. Not very regular. Really good show. No, not a good show. I'm not really seeing what it's like. Okay, so I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to finish it out like I did, but it's starting to not look like Christmas. It's starting to give, okay, basically Petita's going to win this, or you're about to like give someone 2 wins back to back to then go to finale and then win over a person who has the highest track record and wins. It's going to go either or. It's either Petita's to win, or it's going to go to the next person who wins the next 2 challenges. I don't see them like reprogramming him. Like, I don't see them like it doesn't make any sense. Like, what sense would this make? Like, for Petita not to win or to do an underdog story at the last minute? Like, stupid. Buddy, do you want to come up here? Do you want to come up here and say hi? You want to come up here and say hi? Okay. I'm going to pick you up real quick. I know. Hold on. I'm going to turn you around because I know. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Bubba. See, at least we'll have adorable cat content to make this a little bit better. I know you're sleepy. Hi, how you doing? Okay, I'm gonna put you back down very, very soon. I know, buddy. I know. Yes, Mamu-chan, this is normally, he's napping around like 12 o'clock to like 8 and then gets up and then starts destroying the house till like 2 o'clock in the morning and then wakes me up at 6 for food. So yes, What you looking at? What you saying? Wow. Don't give me kisses. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. I'll put you down. I'm gonna put you down. Okay. You just want to sit on my lap? All right. That's fine. I'll be sitting on my lap. There you go. Listen, y'all. I'm done talking about the episode. I'm done talking about it. I can't. It's been a nonsensical journey. Nonsensical journey. Ain't that right, boo? So yeah, it's Mamu-chan, but of course, Mamu is like the nickname. Mamu's the nick. See, he's got the name down. We've got the name down. He's learned his name for Mamu. So I call him Mamu versus Mamu-chan most, but Baba is his nickname when we're like, cuddling up in the bed. It's Baba. Isn't it? Oh, yes. But yeah. I'm still working on his video. I'm glad I waited so long because he's such a different cat than when I got him. So I wanted to make like a full compilation of the adventures of him becoming into his own and feeling like he is he's got somebody to trust and all that. Isn't that right, buddy? Yes, it is. And then also, of course, Piece of Cake's video is coming because I'm working on that too. Yes, are we purring? Oh, here we go. So why you gotta play with it right now? Okay. See, here we go. Yep. Yeah, it's time to go. Can you get down, please? Please? Okay, I'm done. Lord. Okay. All right. So Drag Race España, put. Get better. Because we love you. Don't we? We love the show. But yeah. What Mamo's saying. Ooh. You almost fell off, buddy. You almost fell off. There you go. Thank you. All right, let's wrap this up. If you want to find me on other social media spaces and places, that Linktree link is available down below. Mamu is 6 months old. His birthday is November 18th, 2022. He is a Scorpio. Where else am I going with this? Oh, yeah. Patreon. I'll have that reaction posted within the next 15 minutes. Also, if you want to drop a tip in my jar for me, trying my best to make this interesting. PayPal.me/MattyRants. Cash App $, Thank you for the super chat. Winona, appreciate you very much. Marta Mama, all my love to you. I'll still cover the show. Yeah. I'm just not excited about it. It's like, we know what's going to happen. So, but yes, I'll cover, of course, All-Stars 8. There are Street Fighter 6 and Diablo 4 games that are happening live. Check out my Diablo 4 stream from last night. I'm going to go get me something to eat, and also send an email out asking why they continue to come over here trying to change my mirror when I don't need to have them changed. But I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Have yourselves a great, great day, a blessed day, a beautiful day. Please send no hate to any of the people a part of the show, cast and crew included. And remember, the show is all for entertainment purposes. So I'll see you for the next one. Bye. Listen. Yeah.